Welcome to The Explainer. So, today we're diving into something that's honestly a little mind-boggling. Why do so many incredibly hardworking people end up staring at a completely empty bank account at the end of every single month? I mean, you grind day in and day out, right? So where exactly are the fruits of all that labor going? Let's jump right in and uncover the sneaky, hidden habits that keep people locked in financial struggle. Seriously, picture this. You put in the hours, you feel like you're doing everything right. But then the 31st rolls around. You log into your banking app and poof, the money you earned has seemingly vanished into thin air. And honestly, the scariest part, you have absolutely no idea how it happened. You're just sitting there staring at the screen, asking yourself, wait, where did my money actually go? Okay, before we go any further, we need to shatter a massive misconception because look, the myth is that being broke just means you have a low income. But reality? Being broke actually means having high expenses and bad habits. Income isn't always the real culprit here. The harsh truth is, there are people out there making six figures who are literally sweating when it's time to pay rent. So, being broke, it's way more about how you spend than the actual size of your paycheck. Which brings us to mistake number one, lifestyle inflation. Honestly, this is probably the single most common and definitely the sneakiest habit that keeps people completely broke. It happens so naturally that we kind of just trick ourselves into thinking it's a reward. It goes like this. Step one, you get a salary increase. You feel amazing. Then, step two, you immediately go out and celebrate by buying that brand new phone. Step three, you upgrade your whole lifestyle, maybe a much nicer apartment, pricier dinners, and that leads directly to step four, you are still struggling financially. Like, sure, you make more money now, but you're also spending way more. Your actual financial security hasn't moved an inch. Look, the problem isn't buying nice things. The problem is increasing your expenses before increasing your savings. It's all about the sequence. If you inflate your lifestyle before you've actually built a solid financial foundation, you're just trapping yourself. You end up in this vicious cycle where you are desperately waiting for that next paycheck just to keep your head above water. And that flows perfectly into mistake number two, sneaky daily spending habits. These are the little leaks that drain your wealth so quietly you barely even notice it happening. We're talking about the daily coffee run, those unused monthly subscriptions you completely forgot about, or the frequent food deliveries because, let's face it, you're just too tired to cook. Individually, tapping your card for a few bucks feels totally harmless. Our brains just don't register a $5 charge as a real threat. It's just, oh, it's just $5, right? But let's zoom out for a second. If you spend just $5 a day on stuff you don't actually need, that math adds up to over $1,800, completely disappearing in a single year. Think about that, $1,800. That's often the exact number of financial advisors tell you to target just to kickstart a proper emergency fund. The crazy part is that capital was literally right there in your hands. It just leaked out $5 at a time. Well, that brings us right to mistake number three, the unpreparedness trap. This is when you live your life just kind of assuming everything is always going to go perfectly to plan. But as we all know, life never sends you a warning text before dropping a disaster on your lap. Think of a timeline like this. Month one, your phone suddenly breaks. Month two, the car needs urgent repairs. Month three, bam, unexpected medical bills arrive. If you don't have an emergency fund to act as a shock absorber, then by month four, you're forced to use credit cards just to survive. And suddenly, one run of bad luck snowballs into years of high interest debt. Okay, let's shift gears from spending to earning for mistake four, trading time for money. Now, I know this is how almost all of us are taught to make a living, but relying on this strictly, it's a guaranteed way to completely cap your financial potential. Because here's the thing about trading time. Your income will always have a strict limit. There are only 24 hours in a day, and unfortunately, you do eventually have to sleep. Building wealth, on the other hand, is completely different. It means opportunities grow over time. It's about planting seeds, creating assets that keep growing in the background, whether you are physically clocked in or chilling on a beach. To actually break through that ceiling, you've got to shift your strategy. You want to learn new high-value skills that separate your pay from an hourly rate. You need to build a reliable side income. And most crucially, you have to start investing consistently. Basically, you want to turn your money into a tireless employee that works for you 24/7. And finally, we've reached mistake number five. This is the ultimate psychological trap, guys. Waiting for the perfect time. I'll start next month. Honestly, that might just be the most dangerous sentence in all of personal finance. We are constantly putting off saving or investing or even just setting up a budget because, well, conditions aren't perfect right now. We tell ourselves, oh, once the holidays are over, or once my schedule clears up, then I'll get my money right. But here is the brutal truth. Time doesn't wait for anyone. It really doesn't care about your busy schedule. By waiting around for the magical perfect moment to fix your habits, you are basically squandering the absolute greatest wealth building tool you have, which is compounding time. Every single month you delay is a month of growth you can literally never get back. The perfect time? It's a total myth. There is only right now. So we've broken down these 5 silent wealth killers. And honestly, changing just one of these hidden habits can completely alter the trajectory of your financial future. So which of these mistakes are you currently making? Take a real hard look at your daily routines today and ask yourself, are you going to keep working your entire life just to make everyone else rich? Or are you finally ready to pay yourself first?